We all know that the loss of loved ones is extremely painful, especially if there is a strong spiritual connection. This often happens between siblings, family members, and relatives, depending on the strength of their bond. The bereaved often remember the details of the deceased's life, how they interacted with them, and their image remains in their mind wherever they go. This leads them to see the deceased in their dreams, trying to interpret what they see. But have you ever experienced, when you lost a loved one, seeing them appear in a photograph taken recently? This is what happened with the little boy Nicholas McCabe, who appeared in a photo after his death. And this is his story. On one day in 2013, little Nicholas McCabe and his father headed to his humble school in Moore, Oklahoma. The school was built to serve children, yet it was poorly equipped and lacked basic safety measures to protect these innocent souls against natural disasters and emergencies. On that day, the weather forecast had announced changes in the weather with the possibility of a storm, but did not mention any tornadoes in the area. Therefore, the parents felt reassured and took their children to school. Among them was Nicholas. Only a few hours had passed, and the weather began to change dramatically. Suddenly, and without warning, a surprising tornado hit the area. The tornado was strong enough to rip apart the school's walls and roofs, sending both teachers and children flying into the air. The result was the death of 7 children and several teachers, alongside dozens of the injured, and among those who died was little Nicholas. It was a harrowing period for everyone in the city, especially for the family of the late Nicholas, who was bustling with activity and vitality throughout that day. They had seen him running and playing just hours before, but fate decided to snatch him from their midst. They were all in a pitiful state, unable to comprehend that their son lay in a coffin waiting to be buried. Days went by in choking sorrow for his family, especially his parents. 40 days after Nicholas's death, it was the 4th of July, the American Independence Day, a day with festivities and fireworks which Nicholas had always loved. That night, Nicholas's uncle called his brother, Nicholas's father, and asked him to come over immediately. Without details, McCabe rushed to his brother's house to find out what was going on. His brother showed him a picture taken in his backyard of his daughter Madison playing with fireworks. Upon developing the photograph, it was clear that Nicholas was standing behind Madison. The image was terrifying and startled the child's uncle, but his father confirmed that it indeed was his son, as Nicholas had always loved Independence Day celebrations, particularly because of the fireworks. Some refused to believe it was Nicholas in the picture, suggesting it was merely a shadow of the child, but Nicholas's father insisted that it was the phantom of his late son.